breathing from your diaphragm. When we say breathe deep, so many people have this idea that, yeah, if I take a deep breath, I'll feel better. And yeah, maybe it feels relaxing, but think about this, right? You take a deep breath from your upper chest. What's the next thing that happens? You breathe out a whole bunch of air. Now, you set yourself up for hyperventilation, and you set off your stress response by breathing through the upper chest. When I say breathe deep, I don't mean breathe a lot of air. I mean breathe deep into your body, into your diaphragm. If we breathe into our diaphragm, so that our ribs expand, we begin to feel a calm come over us. There is some magic in diaphragm breathing, guys. The stress response of breathing from your upper chest is not the only issue. The other issue is that there's a dead space in our lungs, right? Peep this. Thank you to Patrick McEwen. Really cool stat. So generally, we cover our bodies. We cover about 1/2 of our bodies. So if 2 meters squared for our skin, we cover about 1 meter squared. Our alveoli have about 10 meters squared. So there's a whole lot more surface area in contact from the alveoli than there is even on our skin. Crazy. What's even crazier is if we don't breathe from our diaphragm, that most of that air is not going to get into the alveoli. There's a dead space in our lungs. 150 milliliters will lose to this dead space. So even if you do take a nice deep breath, you're going to lose some of it to the dead space. Efficiency is king. If we can be efficient with our breathing, that means don't lose any to the dead space, or as little as possible, just breathing deep into our diaphragm. We can breathe less and also be more oxygenated. So how about, why breathe through our nose versus breathing through our mouth? Well, we know that we want to breathe less. If we want to breathe less, it's going to benefit us to breathe out of our nose because it's a smaller hole, and it offers 2 to 3 times as much resistance during the day than our mouth does. So automatically we'll breathe slower. Also, shout out to the little kid I seen on the subway with his mouth open. God bless you, little one. I hope that you're able to close your mouth, because your nose will warm the air if it's cold, cool the air if it's warm, filter it, humidify it, condition it for absorption. Again, efficiency. Our nose is for breathing, our mouth is for eating and speaking, and maybe a few other things. Once we begin to breathe out of our nose, we can also take advantage of nitric oxide. This wonderful gas, vasodilator. I mean, it's so wonderful that the man who discovered it won a Nobel Prize. If we breathe deep through our diaphragm, if we breathe slowly through our nose, we can take advantage of that nitric oxide, vasodilator, and also will help us to protect against losing air to that dead space in our lungs that we talked about. Nasal breathing is much more conducive to breathing from your diaphragm than your mouth is. On top of that, the resting posture for our tongue is going to be, if you make that noise and then just don't let go of it, that's basically going to be the resting posture for your tongue. Right above your front teeth and in contact with the hard palate of your mouth. There's a little bit of suction action. It was really interesting the way that some of the myofunctional therapists like Nicole were talking about breastfeeding and how this really sets us up for good breathing later on in life through that action of the tongue. Mouth breathing also, like we said, it's a trauma to your airway. It's just too much coming in too fast. There's potential for airway collapse if you're very constricted. The air is not filtered or humidified. And also, you're gonna be taking in too much. Okay, tight stuff, ninjas. So, we made it through nasal breathing, right? Nasal is gonna help us to diaphragm. When I say breathe deep, I don't mean breathe a lot of air. I mean breathe deep into your body, into your diaphragm. This is a lot of stuff to drop on you guys, but there's a lot of information, so hopefully you can go back and watch as many times as you want. Don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe, drop me a comment, tell me if this has helped you. Tell me what else you'd like to hear from me. I'm always grateful to have you guys tuning into my videos and to know that I can help you with the information that is also helping me.